Dante, back in the late 1300s, was standing on the edge of the Ponte Vecchio in Florence, this marvelous medieval bridge, and he saw a young woman standing on the bridge, Beatrice, and he was so smitten by her beauty and her spirit. He was just swept away by this beauty, and not just how she looked, but somehow how she touched him. And he got to know her a little bit, and then she died. She died in the plague. But she didn't die to him. She became his muse in some way. And he then went and wrote one of the most magnificent poems and works of art, certainly in Western literature, the Divine Comedy, the Inferno and Paradise and all of that, extraordinary. And it was the vision of Beatrice that carried him through all that. So in the Second World War, toward the end of the war, when the Allies were going up the Italian peninsula with their tanks and bombs and so forth, and the Germans and Italian army were retreating, the Germans were blowing up all the bridges over the rivers so that the Allied forces couldn't use them and couldn't advance. But the German general was a literate man, and he was just north of Florence, and he contacted the main general of the Allied forces, and he said, "I don't want to blow up the Ponte Vecchio, but I need you to promise that if I don't blow it up, that you won't use it for any military purposes." And the American general contacted him back, made radio contact, and made a promise that they wouldn't use the bridge, which held. The bridge wasn't blown up, not one single American soldier or piece of equipment went across it. And it's still there. The bridge was spared in this terrible, ruthless modern war because Beatrice stood on it. And Dante had a vision of beauty that changed everything for him. And that kind of vision of seeing the secret beauty of the world is really what's offered to us.